So let's begin by settling the body, adopting a stable, comfortable, upright position serviceable for meditation. So we're thinking about keeping our feet flat and our back straight, torso open, hands in the lap right over left with the palms upturned and the thumbs gently touching. Our eyes are gently closed or slightly open, making sure we let in enough light to remain alert. We try to maintain an awareness of not slouching, not leaning. We also let go of any unnecessary tension or rigidity in the body, relaxing into a stable, comfortable, upright position, just allowing the body to fall into place. And we begin to let go of attending to the outside world, allowing sights and sounds to be as they are, without investigation constraining our awareness just to the body and mind. And begin to concentrate that awareness in the present by attending closely to the physical sensation of the air as it moves into and back out of the tip of the nostrils, giving ourselves the instruction to notice quickly when anything other than that one physical sensation is arising in the mind, and then without judgment or frustration to lift our awareness up from those distractions and to place it gently but firmly again and again on the breath. Mind becomes more calm will generate a broad altruistic motivation for our time. So take a moment to cultivate the view of oneself as being the recipient of this vast interconnected web of kindness, and is flowing toward us from all other sentient beings, thinking of all of the ways in which we have benefited, are benefiting, and will benefit from sentient beings. Understanding that all of our knowledge, our skills, our possessions, our ability to live in relative safety and peace, relative prosperity, and even the extent to which we have been able to develop good qualities like compassion, generosity, patience, ethics, kindness, all depend upon sentient beings. And yet these kind sentient beings are meeting with difficulties and obstacles again and again. Sufferings and negativities are multiplying in their experience. To try to develop a heartfelt wish to repay their kindness, to be of benefit to them, and recognize that being able to benefit is going to depend upon genuinely transforming the mind, becoming deeply familiar with constructive states of mind, those that allow oneself to remain connected to a sense of peace and ease, those that naturally, spontaneously support beneficial actions, and reducing and ultimately eliminating the influence of destructive states of mind, those that agitate and disturb one's own peace of mind, those that often give rise to actions that are harmful to others. And by transforming the mind in this way, we can become more and more beneficial to sentient beings. So we take that as the purpose of our time. And then with that motivation, recently Geshe has begun teaching on the Lojong teachings. And he first introduced the importance of training in stable compassion, a compassion based on wisdom. So again, bring to mind the universal truth that the Buddha taught of unsatisfactory conditions permeating the lives of ordinary sentient beings. Seeing this as a deep and subtle truth. And suffering goes beyond a lack of resources and goes beyond grief, deprivation, and even those who seem to have everything suffer. And suffering is being subject to disturbing emotions, greed, malice, envy, goes much deeper than the overt sufferings that are also common, those of aging, sickness, loss, wanting to always be connected to what we enjoy, to never be separated from what we enjoy, and yet finding that separation happening again and again. There are many layers of this universal experience. So try to see clearly with wisdom that this is the universal experience, the existential condition of all sentient beings. And bring to mind someone in your life, a loved one, and think specifically about how this is applicable to their life, bringing these abstract concepts into a concrete example. And notice how the mind genuinely, spontaneously gives rise to the wish for them to be free of that. And notice how this state of mind is stable, doesn't come or go, based on the recognition of the difficulty of suffering. And try to concentrate on that state of mind, stabilizing it. And then bring to mind someone that you know only on a very cursory level, perhaps someone that you see from time to time in your neighborhood. And recognize that they too are subject to the same difficulties, the same fears, anxieties. They too are under the influence of afflicted states, depriving them of true happiness. See them not as a stranger, but as a suffering sentient being, completely equal in that way to even your dearest friend. And try to extend that aspiration for them to be free of suffering. And bring to mind someone in your life with whom you have some conflict. And think that the lens through which you see them is limited to your relationship with them, how you think that they are working for or against your interests. But recognize that they too are subject to suffering in all of its depth. And they feel that suffering just as acutely as oneself, as one's loved ones. And their claim to being happy is equal to one's own, to one's loved ones. It's independent of their relationship to oneself. But try to shift that lens into one of recognizing them simply as another suffering sentient being whose innate dignity and worth makes them an object of compassion. And to the best of your ability, try to extend out that same aspiration, seeing it not as an emotion, but as an expression of wisdom. and give rise to a strong determination in the mind to call upon this way of relating to others in daily life, seeing all sentient beings through the eyes of compassion. And then when you're ready, we'll come back together and we'll dedicate. So recollect your altruistic motivation and think that by having engaged in this contemplation, you've actualized that motivation, which has generated positive energy in your mind, and think that you freely offer the fruit of your practice, that positive energy for the benefit of all sentient beings, without exception, thinking strongly. When this positive energy ripens, may it serve as a cause and condition to eliminate war and conflict, poverty, famine, disease, disasters, all painful inner and outer conditions, and fully ripen the minds of all sentient beings. May they quickly meet perfect teachers and arise in the state of full enlightenment. May I too achieve the state of enlightenment so that I might work for the benefit of sentient beings perfectly. May any obstacles facing the Guru's own life be completely dispelled. And may I and all sentient beings in this moment come under the joyful care and guidance of enlightened beings. And may we be guided and protected until we swiftly achieve that state of enlightenment. Thank you.